Here's today's devotional. This series is on spiritual dryness. And today we're talking about learning God's presence without emotion. So, not every meaningful moment feels meaningful while it's happening. That's true in life, and that's often true in our walk with the Lord. Many of us naturally connect God's presence with strong emotions, a deep sense of peace, overwhelming joy, or moments of remarkable clarity. Those experiences are real, but they're not the only evidence that God is near. There are seasons that those emotions become less frequent. Prayers become quiet. Worship feels ordinary. The excitement you once felt seems a lot more distant. It's easy to begin asking, if I don't feel God, has He stepped away? So Scripture gently challenges that assumption. And in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7, it reminds us, it says, "For we live by faith, not by sight." So faith doesn't ignore our emotions, but neither does it depend on them. Our confidence rests in God's character, not in our changing experiences. And then in 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 11 through 12, it reads, "Then he said, 'Go out and stand on the mountain in the Lord's presence.' At that moment the Lord passed by. A great and mighty wind was tearing at the mountain and was shattering cliffs before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind. After the wind there was an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake there was a fire, but the Lord once again was not in the fire. But after the fire there was a voice, a soft whisper." It gives us a beautiful picture of this truth, of His truth. When Elijah expected God to appear through dramatic displays of power, the Lord chose to reveal Himself in a gentle whisper, as it says. The lesson wasn't that God couldn't or could not work in dramatic ways. It was that His presence isn't limited by dramatic moments. So sometimes God meets His people in quietness. Many of us spend dry seasons searching for feelings we once had, and in doing so, we can overlook the quieter ways God has already worked at things in our life. His presence is often seen in growing desires to obey Him, in the strength to keep praying, in the conviction to keep trusting Him, even without all that emotional clarity. Learning to recognize God's presence without relying on emotion takes time. It takes practice. It takes repetition. It teaches us to slow down, to listen, and to trust that God's nearness isn't measured by the intensity of our feelings at any given moment. So today, if it feels quiet, you don't need to manufacture an emotional experience, one that you think you should be feeling, one that you thought you felt before. You don't have to recreate a moment from the past. Simply just remain faithful. Just keep listening. Keep trusting. God has not promised that every day will feel extraordinary. He has promised that He will never leave His people. And sometimes the quiet seasons become the ones that teach us to know His presence most deeply. Not because we felt Him more, but because we learned to trust Him more. Hope this one helps.